Joining us now for more on Israel and the situation in Gaza is the founder and president at the Foundation for Defense of Democracies, Cliff May. Cliff, thank you so much for joining us. So this is heartbreaking, right? I'm reading here online as well. This just coming across my wire is that an Israeli security official says the transfer of aid into Gaza has now been halted because of Hamas's ceasefire violation. They've been firing on Israeli troops, and now strikes have begun again. Your thoughts on this situation?
Yeah, it's heartbreaking, but it's hardly surprising. We know a few things. One is that Hamas believes it's not that there is a peace to be had or wants a peace, but what they call in Arabic a hudna. A hudna is part of jihadi theology. It means a truce while the jihadis, in this case Hamas, rebuild their strength, rebuild their authority, rearm, all the things they can do. If aid is ceased because there's fighting going on, well, Hamas thinks that's not a problem. Most of the media, not you guys, but the BBC and the Guardian and other legacy media, will blame Israel for that. They won't blame Hamas for that. Hamas is going to test the resolve and readiness of the Israeli forces that are in Gaza, and that's bad for the Israelis, but it's also very bad for the Gazans, many of whom, not all of whom, but many of whom would probably like to begin to restore their lives.
Vice President J.D. Vance, he's set to go to the Middle East either Monday or Tuesday to try to continue brokering this deal. An Egyptian official said they are working around the clock. They're involved in ceasefire negotiations. They're still underway. They're trying to de-escalate this situation. Bibi Netanyahu, once he heard that his troops were fired upon, he said that they wanted to take strong action, but he did not threaten to go back to war. So you see that everyone is still trying to make this peace deal happen. How confident are you that they can get this deal finally done?
Well, Hamas doesn't want to get this deal done, that's for sure. I think the Israelis think of what they're doing now as trying to keep peace, maintain peace, prevent a full resumption of war. Where the pressure needs to be exerted in particular is on the Qataris and on the Turks. Those are both regimes that have supported Hamas financially, diplomatically, and in other ways. The agreement to get the hostages out and the 20-point peace plan came about largely because President Trump managed to get those two countries, other countries too, but those were the hardest, to understand that it was time to begin to try something, and they had to put some pressure on Hamas, which they did. And so the live hostages are released. Not, as you know, not all the murdered hostages have been released. More pressure on the Qataris, more pressure on the Turks, absolutely necessary. So they pressure Hamas to do what's in the interest of the Palestinian people, of the people of Gaza. And that's to stop fighting and stop provoking the Israelis, stop trying to capture new hostages, stop taking pot shots at the Israelis. The Israelis will respond to that. And again, Hamas thinks that's okay. Much of the media will be on our side for that.
Cliff May, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. My pleasure.